Give me a second real quick. Put on like a hoodie or something. Alright. It's cold as hell, bro. Damn. Let me get the Spotify. I'm just saying you could do better. No more Blaze? Not anytime soon. It's really boring. How you doing, Sophie? Keep opening the wrong backpack. Doing all right? Good, good. Why no Crown of Avarice? Doesn't it get Mavage Fine? Not anymore. It's only for Diana. Outside of Diana, though, it's just normal. Hopefully I fixed my sound issue. I didn't realize that my mic was on like 50% before I started last stream, so I was kind of tweaking a little bit. Is Crown of Avarice not meta anymore? It just doesn't matter what armor you use for this Slayer. Any Slayer where you're using like melee, then yes, you should use it. It's just that Tarantula has 10 mil health, man. Doesn't really matter that much for melee damage. The other thing is that if If you do too much damage to Tarantula, it will just disappear, and you have to like restart the quest. But for slayers where you actually need left click damage, then yes, you should use it. Nah, Clover Helmet's useless for this. Magic Find on slayers isn't very important. Much better is Crown of Avarice over Warden with Hap. It depends on too many things to the point where I wouldn't be able to give you a solid answer. All I can say is that it is just better in general. If you can afford it and there's no other upgrades that you want to make, then yes, you should get it. But there's like way too many factors behind why one might be better than the other for certain things. But if you have all the attributes, then yes, Crown should be better. For everything. Do you have Hap Tactics on Aurora helmet? Yeah. It's just a Crimson helmet that I converted. It's the same. Oh, I think I killed it before I could even see it. What are you grinding for? Overflow. I'm a Slayer guy. I don't want to put like a hard cap on the amount that I want to go for because I don't know when the Guardian Slayer will come out, so it'll just be until then. It's got Pump Fake by Spider. Unlucky. Turn down my render real quick though. Move this out of the way. That's better. Could see too much before. I don't know what's happening. I can't see my... Oh. You save up Chime books for Guardian Slayer. I would really doubt that they're going to just make another Slayer where Chimera and left clicking is going to be the only mechanic. I think you should just save up coins, not Chimera books. Because if nothing else, I'd imagine that they're probably going to make it so that like traditional weapons aren't going to work against it. Because it's going to be on a foraging island. And you can't put Chimera on axes or like most of the new stuff. Next cheapest MP is Artifact of Control. Means the cheapest it's ever been, right? Because of the deflation. What the? Where did it go? Oh. Why is the boss so athletic? I don't like it. How can you make it so when you right click a dagger it doesn't say crystal or ashen? You can't. That's just vanilla. When I watch your streams, you don't have it? That's not true. Everyone has it. I'm pretty sure. You might just not have noticed it because, I mean, it is pretty large, like on the screen. The overlay. But on 1.8, no, I don't have anything to like, remove it. Are you on newer version yet? Yeah, this is 1.21. Hello, Vimpu. How you doing? Fine, what about you? I'm doing alright. Got a Woolworths tournament later today, so I'm about to be locked in. You change colors and no frills if you have color codes, yeah. Same as before on Scott's Hills, exact same. They pretty much just ported it over. How do you get it to work? Turn it on. It'll default to disabled unless you turn it on. The color? It's not in every no frills version. It depends on which one you have. There's a good chance that it might not even work right now. A lot of the stuff is experimental. Is Crimson better than Crown for damage? No. GUI scale, 2, or like normal 1.8. Funny thing about Crown and Crimson is that at 15 star, the only thing that makes Crown better is the Fire Aspect and Venomous. Yeah. I've always thought that 15 star Crimson helmet should just be the best helmet. I'm not really sure what the point of giving the helmet the ability to be starred is at this point. I do get that, like, you can't really make either one useless without the other becoming the only option, pretty much. But I guess it's fine because, like, you can have the ability to transfer your 15 star helmet into any Kudra helmet, which is really strong. I think the only thing that could probably add is maybe make it so that one, like, Kudra piece, like whether it be the helmet, chestplate, anything, could have any ultimate enchant, and you can swap the ultimate enchant with no cost. That you could, like, insert your Hab or insert your, like, Legion or whatever into it, and then make it so that you could switch the Reforge. So, like, if you or switch the enchant rather. So if you have like a Aurora helmet, you want Wisdom on it. If you have, but then if you go Kudra Transfer, you could click Crimson Helmet and also click Habanero. I feel like that'd be a good feature for Kudra armor sets. It just make it so like the helmets have a lot more use and versatility. Hold on, there we go. Bro! Why does this keep happening to me? I don't like it. It's so annoying. No matter what I do, I can't get it to stop. See, this is the thing though. I have it off in nofrills, and it doesn't do anything. It's so weird. Don't they remove stars on Crimson? No. But you have API off? If there's a lot of items on my profile that aren't like related to what I'm doing, I don't really like having my profile viewer on because it just doesn't look good. How do you remove enchant glint and damage color? Those are both just something that automatically happens with shaders on, but if you also have like animatium, you can do the same thing. Hey Drowsy, how you doing? Can't find an animatium? Alright, try no frills, no render. And if that doesn't work, try Odin Render Optimizer. It'll be in there somewhere. Run exclamation mark shaders on Twitch. I actually don't know where that mini boss went. That one just disappeared. What mod does it say when you punch with weapon, it doesn't swing like crazy? View model inside of no frills. You can change your swing speed. Is Hephaestic Relic or Hephaestic Remedies better than Frigid Drag? The Relic is just for magic fine. It doesn't really matter about damage for most slayers. So you could, if you only have one G Drag, use Relic, but most people just have two. Most people are rich. I don't know. There's like, what is it? I think 10 bill net worth is like top 50K or something at this point. Money's a lot easier to come by now than ever before. That's for sure. I like how this guy managed to go all the way across the map to the area that I'm in instead of the one area that has more spiders. How much do you make per hour doing Blaze versus Spider? It's like not even comparable. Blaze is a lot better. Not even close. Hey. I love Brian Barnes. I think he dropped an album this year, or he's about to. No, I didn't mean to do that. Do you add the custom sounds by yourself, or is it a sound pack? What, for ether warping? That's just Odin. And then the rest, like, I've muted a lot of sounds, like the explosion sound, Mammy Cubes. And you can do that with sound controller. And then for drops and like mini boss alerts, that's nofrills. What did you mute for Blaze? Everything. All the Blaze sounds. They are so loud. That and the gas fireball sound. What's he doing up here? I like when the boss just comes out and it just starts ascending into the sky. Just becomes enlightened for a little bit. You can create reminders? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like reminders for like what? Events and stuff? Like Dark Auction Timer and stuff like that? I have no clue. Like do your dailies, put things in the forge? No, I don't think so. If a user cut these things, you might just have to. I mean, you could set like a alert every time that you like join one of those type of lobbies. It's probably the closest thing. You like 1.21 more than 1.8? It's better for FPS, I think. This isn't necessarily true nor false. It depends a lot on what you actually use on either version. I've had a pretty long debate about this with a lot of people, but the consensus mostly is that people claim that 1.21 is better for frames, but in most cases it's not necessarily true. It's just that a lot of mods on 1.8 are far less optimized than 1.21, and that's just because the game's on a different engine. You know, like naturally when the game is 10 years outdated, it's going to be a little bit worse naturally for most systems. But if you're on like an older PC, or if you just have like a mid-range, most cases your frames are actually going to be better on 1.8 if you have optimized like mod for profiles and stuff like that. Because you need a lot of performance mods on this version for it to be like competitive. And with 1.8, if you just run patcher and HUD caching, that alone is like enough to get like 1,000 frames for most people if you have like a decent graphics card. But on this version, I have to use VSync, and so my frames are just ended up capped anyway. But even if I uncap my frames, I'd get like half of what I was getting on 1.8. But in general, though, I do like the direction they can go with 1.21. They're gonna have new stuff to add. There'll actually be like content where it's not just trying to design things that will only work on 1.8. And then also there's server stability, you know. If all the servers for Skyblock are 1.21, it's going to be a lot easier to have everything sync up. Guardian doesn't get tridents, might fully crash out. It's reasonable. Imagine the main recipe requires like 50 million prismarine blades, and those just go up by like 5x. The trident. It'd be so cool if like the main weapon gives you Riptide and you can just like soar through the water. That actually sounds fire. Saw the new hub? Yeah. They haven't touched the nether yet, though. I'd imagine any change that they make to the nether is going to, like, mess up with some people's frames, though. There's, like, natural smoke and stuff that they could add. But I think weather is probably going to be pretty difficult for most people to run. They got to be careful with that. Have a phase where the boss gets a shield where you need Riptide to throw Trident to break it? Maybe. I mean, I'm hoping that there's going to be less animations or like time locked things with this, because I'm just not a fan of like where you have to like sit back and do certain things like each time, because like it's cool the first like 15 times I feel like, but if it's like a time lock, I feel like it's better off without it. It depends on it how like what you have to do during it though. Like I like Tarantula because it's like they give you something to do. You know, you got to shoot the eggs. And that can. It's like some hand-eye coordination. What motion blur do you use? It's a shader. The CHMotion. It will murder your frames if you don't have like a really good PC though, so you gotta be real careful with that. Can have it so if you break the shield, the boss takes a big hit. If you fail to break the shield, it gains a little bit of HP. That could work. It would give like a purpose to getting more, better gear and stuff. Part of me hopes that they start putting like built-in phase skips into it. I feel like Slayers are always better with phase skips. It's like a really high expectation though, and I feel like they probably won't go for it. Make you sit through every single phase one by one. We are getting level 9 and not coming back. Okay, but if it's gonna be like a co-op Slayer, then that could be cool. I feel like you just get a perm of like people that you know are good at Slayers, and then that could add like more people to the Slayer community for sure. Because I think the big thing that's holding back Slayers is just that Dungeons just has a bigger community, so they're not gonna really fully pay attention to it. And then the other thing is that like the intended amount of XP that you're supposed to get is just 1 mil. I've always thought that like Slayer level should go higher than 1 mil. Because that's like, you can do that in a couple of days. And then that content's just like permanently done. Like maybe they should make Slayer like overflow levels like an actual thing. So like instead of being Blaze 9 with, you know, 100 mil overflow, you could be Blaze 80 or something. Probably make it more competitive. But then again though, you know, Dungeons is like their baby. If there's 3 things they won't touch in this game, it's it's Dungeons, Golden Dragon, and Dungeon Breaker. Or I guess I should be more specific and say Stonk. Do everything they can to not give any new Dungeons content. I feel like Dungeons community has the issue where they like that it doesn't get updated, like in certain aspects. Like if every bug in Dungeons got patched, I feel like the content would be worse, almost. At least some new floors, maybe. If they add like new dungeon entirely, possibly. I know that would like stress the server super hard though. The server can barely handle normal catacombs. Could you imagine like a sand dungeon where the mobs are harder and there's more attacks? That's the thing though, like with Dungeons, like I feel like the reason that people find it fun is because it shows you like your time on the side. Like for everything else, there's not really an incentive to really like go hard as you possibly can. But I feel like with Dungeons, that's different. Like I see so many people, they'll go do like super slow spawns on Slayers or like just be chilling in the garden, like AFKing. But then the second they get into a dungeon, they're going crazy. Like they're really pushing their limits and stuff. Like I really like that. Like I don't know if like Skyblock should necessarily like be played like you're speedrunning all the time, but I feel like that's what makes it fun though. It's like you can play at your own pace. Remember the bug with Crown where you didn't get the scav coins? I think you always did get them. It's just that they wouldn't show. Like if you're talking about like the Diana burrows. But it wasn't a bug though. It would just go into the crown itself if it wasn't 1 bill. I messed it up. Slaves barely have any real optimization. Yep. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can really do, though. They keep removing pet swaps and armor swaps and stuff. Like, purse where it goes into the crown even if you got 1 bill. that's been fixed for a really long time. Wait, what? Oh, I ran out of... Ah. You didn't blaze? Someone said it's still a thing? Nah, not anymore. So non-K worth. It's profit. You still do have to put in like the effort to do it, so it's just that most people aren't doing Tarantula. The leaderboard for this layer is like 15k kills or something. Like it's it's really small. There wasn't a reason to really do it before because you could just double demons and just make like way more, but now this is probably the most fun slayer. How much Blaze XP does it take to make back the money for Crown doing Blaze? I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't worry about that part. If you buy things with like the intent to pay it back through like profit differential, you probably won't be able to, like, you're gonna think too hard about it. If you just want to make back the 2 build that you spent on it, it's like, what, 2k bosses? If your man made money and didn't suck to spawn, that would be peak. It's been out for too long. They're gonna have to like make a tier 5. Or they could have just made the sepulture bigger. I don't know why it's so small. I feel like even just one person could probably outpace the spawns on there. Yeah, they did have a chance. I don't know. I mean, it's probably not finished. Maybe there's more to add, or maybe there's like a new... Maybe it's tier 5 coming out. They could just remove the, like... Or, like, reduce the amount of combat XP you need to spawn it. Or, like, up the combat XP that the Endermen give. I've always thought it was kind of weird that, like, the jump between, like, Sven and A-Man is so high. But, like, the amount of kills to spawn, it's, like, pretty similar. Reduce combat XP to spawn and lower lobby player cap. Pretty reasonable. That egg just refused to break. I swear I shot it like 5 times. Okay, infinite spider shards. And either needs to be split into multiple instances or have its cap lowered. Possibly. I feel like drags should probably be. I don't necessarily think they should be in a different lobby, but I think that like if you do warp drag, you shouldn't be in the same lobby as someone doing Slayer. I don't know. Or at least like make it a different instance. I'm not sure. Because otherwise the TPS is so bad. Like split the Zealot Grinders and the Sepulture. Huh? Oh. Hey, it's a Kanye sample. She give me money. I don't like the way it looks at me. It's too many eyes. Hey. Let's go over here real quick. Oh, the server is trash. Oh no. Take 10 TPS. Oh no. Right, okay. I'm gonna miss the odin though. There's something about it, it's just nice. Turn this down even. 4 chunks is good enough. I don't need to see the whole Crimson Isle. All Slayer areas need an update? Yeah. I think the tomb is fine though, for the most part. They did a pretty good job of making them sustainable. Other than that right side where it's like there's like a wall in the middle of it for some reason. Just knock that wall out and it's perfect. And then like remove some of the elevation from it as well, because doing blades in like an elevated area is really annoying. I don't like that there's like stairs in the middle. If they would knock out those stairs, perfect. Diana needs, I think Diana definitely needs her own island. Give her like the precursor island. Make that like a, and make the level requirement like 400. Very common misconception. Just because your FPS matches your monitor's refresh rate does not mean your game is smooth. I promise 1,000 frames does matter in Minecraft. You will notice a difference between like 200 and like 1,000. It'll become less noticeable the more frames you have, but there's definitely a difference. Minecraft also has the issue where you have too many mods, your game just looks bad even if you have 2K frames. Kinda. I think the only thing with Minecraft is that if you don't have like, I don't know, I can't play the game without motion blur anymore. Like, it feels weird. It feels off. Like my game feels different. And like it's hard to like see it on recordings or like streams, but like the game smoothness is so much better with just something to blend your frames together. Ooh, the rich group. Huh? Should probably start looking at the name tags so I can actually tell if the egg's about to break. That could probably help. The other thing is, it's like really dark. Flashbang. Hey, it's not lagging anymore. Look at that. It's beautiful. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Don't be alright. Back to back. The 50 mods, bro. Good luck. This is also that 1.21 runs smoothly. Somewhat. Haven't played in around 2 years. Just curious how much a Terminator is right now. 370 mil. It's not very useful anymore, to be fair. It's used in dungeons. That's it, pretty much. No one really does E-Man like that no more. You have 65 mods on 1.21. It's ridiculous. Well, Hype and Witherblades. Hyperion with all the scrolls is like 1 bill. There wasn't necessarily a change in like the economy. It's just things have gotten cheaper naturally. There was just also an event that gave people a lot of resources, and it generated a lot of coins as well. Do you have your own 1.21 mod? No. If you just mean like for the Slayer display, you can just use nofrills for it. I'm not sure if it still works or not. Like, random features break every single day. There's a couple mods that do Slayer display though, like Zen, Athen. They won't do the exact same like type of display, but still gives you the relevant information. I just clicked the chest twice. Pretty good. Okay. Be going. Have an amazing day. You too. Thanks for stopping by. How much money per hour do you make? With Spider, like 40, 50 mil. You can maybe get 60 if you're lucky. I didn't even mean to do that. The skeleton is so weak that I think Cleave hit it and it managed to die. They breathe on it a little bit too hard. What mods do you use? Run !! mods on the Twitch stream. It's linked in the description. There's way too many to name off. That poor baby spider just got caught in the crossfire. Where's it at? Give me that. Slipping and slide to the streets and taste of a niece. Every time I go back to this album, I love it. It's probably Travis's best project. It's definitely better than Astroworld. You know what I also found out? I don't know if this is the same thing on 1.21, but let me see something real quick. If I remember correctly, doing this turns off the eggs. Like the actual, like the mob itself. So you can still see like the name tag, but you can... Okay. What? My boss is invisible. Okay, this doesn't happen on 1.21, but it makes your boss invisible for some reason. I be forgetting that you really could just move these guys out of the way. He comes right back too. Bro, he's so fast. Like, bro, what? How's it still there? No, I keep getting trolled by the last deck. I swear it'd be breaking and then it just doesn't. A JPA off now. When I have items that aren't related to what I'm doing, I don't really prefer to have my profile on because I don't want people to see my profile when it's not fully clean. It just looks ugly. Also, I'm just not a fan of people stalking me, to be honest. I was like that for a really long time. I don't know, something's just weird about like people like looking you up. I'm just not a fan of it. You finish 100 mil blaze? No. I don't really plan to. Not anytime soon, at least. Thank you for the follow. Whoa, let's go. We got the follow rule. Y'all locked in. $180. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Server's tweaking like usual. Pretty good. Been looking at your PV every day, see if you got 100 mil. You're gonna be looking for a while, bro. Where? Okay, sure. Yeah, not. I might have been motivated when skips were like still a thing, but they've stripped everything away from Blaze pretty much with like no remorse. It's ridiculous. Anything that made the Slayer special before is kind of just gone. It's kind of sad. Like, not only were the mechanics more fun, but it just also made the boss not need to just be sitting there, standing, clicking. You know? Like, now it's just more like, you click, you wait. Click, wait. Rinse and repeat type of thing. Fully quit as well? Yeah. I mean, there's like a few people that are still active that grind, but I feel like nobody's going to be playing nearly as much as they did before. Lowering the skill gap in every part of the game. I don't think it was really necessarily skillful. Double Demons was really easy if you had like the right gear for it. But I think it definitely added a layer to gameplay that they couldn't organically create. It like gave people an incentive to actually upgrade their gear. Like, if nothing else, the way I see it is, you know how a lot of people will get into dungeons because they see their favorite, like, YouTuber do, like, a cool route. They're like, wow, I really want to do that secret route. Or, this guy's really fast at dungeons, you know? I feel like for Slayer content, it's pretty similar, where you see your favorite YouTuber do a phase skip, and you're like, wow, that was really fast. I want to get my gear to that point where I can do that. But by removing the phase skip part, it's now, wow, if I go and buy Chimera 5, max gear, and all that, my bosses will look the exact same, but slightly less seconds. Like, that, I don't know, it just makes it really uniform for no reason. Like, they could have just removed E-Man Pet, and that makes it so 90% of people can't do Double Demons anymore. At least not without needing to put in a lot more effort. Like, that alone would already have made it, like, significantly more difficult. E-Man is safe for now? For now. But, I mean, even there, you still need, like, ridiculously over the top gear just to get like slightly faster spawn kill. And then even if you do like kill it super fast, like you're still doing like 100 bosses an hour at best if you double skipped every boss, which is why it's just not a big fan of it. Hypixel doesn't want phase skips. I mean, I'd assume that's probably the case. Head hurts too much. Oh, jeez. I forgot about the... There we go. Where's the, Oh. Switch to 1.21. Kinda have to. It's not really much of an option anymore, is there? Max gear is the same as normal gear for boss times at this point? Sort of. At least it feels the same. How are your hitboxes pink? I just changed the color. There's a file on base vanilla that you can change. Let me mute server. Okay. Or you can just use a mod for it, like hitbox mod. I think there's something called like combat hitboxes you can use. If I do this, though, I can turn that off. Make it unlimited. Won't, like, break my screen. There's too many people here. Okay, there's too many people here as well. Let's go to the other end, though. What are you gonna buy? I have nothing left to buy, really. I just have coins because that's just what I have left. And there's still more to sell and stuff, but for the most part, I'm maxed out on coins. I could go for like Purse leaderboard, I guess, or something. Hypermax aspect of the Jerry and leather armor. I don't know about that one. You know, after 5,000 bosses, I have gotten one eye, and it was the first boss that gave me the eye. Which means that I've gone, like, dry for the past, like, 5,300. I feel like this has got to be, like, not normal, no? Thank you for the follow. How's it going? It's going all right. I keep opening the wrong backpack. Playing next? Yes. Because I play with chat off, and if someone talks to me when I have chat off, I'm not going to know, so I don't want them to feel bad. It's not even just that. It's just that I don't know. I like the single player feeling. I don't know why, but it's just like with Slayer specifically. I feel like I just like the feeling of you're on the server by yourself kind of thing. Also, I should probably do this too. Just play Dungeons. Dungeons is just like a different world, I feel like. They really could have like a whole server just for dungeons, and that would be like probably bigger than Hypixel is right now. If they, updated it and added a bunch of different dungeon types. Effortless time skating on this wreck. This is proof. I just killed the jockey by accident. Working on a full clear sim. Is this just auto dungeons? Or is this gonna be like a replica of the Hypixel version? Oh, simulator, right. Yeah. Local host, so it would be 0 ping. Sounds fun. Know any good 16x packs for 1.21? No, not really. I haven't bothered to look, really. Only recently switched. I mean, you could probably manually port over everything from your 1.8 folder. They've just changed some of the block names, like stuff like if it was stone brick stairs in 1.8, it used to be bricks underscore stone brick stairs for some reason. But in 1.21, it's just the actual block name. I did that with my like nether overlay to like 10 minutes. There might be a mod that automatically converts them over as well. Use ChatGPT. I mean, unironically, you probably would be able to do it. Just be like, hey, can you convert this texture pack over and then send it back to me? Pretty simple task. You probably would be able to do it. That is both full. Okay. So we can't figure out how to remove damage colors in enchant glare? Right. Right. And then for removing damage color, that's just shaders. Shaders don't have damage color. Use ChatGPT and it worked. I mean, it makes sense. It's just renaming files. My fault. I got way too close. Alright. I'll do one more boss after this one. Then I got stuff to do real quick. Okay. Let's see. Find somebody to raid real quick, I guess. Hey, Dorian's just been live. Look at that. Hold on, I got y'all.
Have a good day. Head out. See ya.